Hey guys, welcome to Laratips. In today's video, we'll be looking at 3 new things that are added to Laravel version 9.45.0. So let's get started. The first thing that has been added is this anonymous component path. Previously, there was this anonymous component namespace method that was present on Blade, where we could pass the path after the views directory. And then it would register all the files inside that folder as components, and we could access them using a namespace. But now there is this new method added, which is this anonymous component path, and using this method we can use any folder in our Laravel app. Previously this method was only limited to the views directory, but here we can pass any directory and use that folder as a component path. So if I show you here in my project, so here I have created this domain folder where I have this packages, Laratips UI components folder. Let me just show you this components, and inside here I have this container. So now I can pass whole this path over here and we can access just this component as a container. So here I have this hello from container. So now to get inside this folder we have to write here, let's say app path like this, and we'll reach over here if we pass app path, and then after that we have this domain / packages / Laratips UI / components like this. After this is registered, now it will also look inside this folder for the components, and we can directly access it by saying x-container. So now let me go here in the web.php, and here inside home controller, inside this welcome, so it is this page. Now here let me just say here x-container. So if I do it like this, now the Laravel can directly look into that folder that we have created, this one, and then it will access it. Now if I come here and refresh, then we can see here hello from the container. And now if I just comment this out and refresh, then you can see here it is gone. Also, let's say sometimes there can be conflict between the file names from here and then inside the components folder that is by default present in our Laravel project. For that case also we can pass the second parameter over here, which is the namespace. So here let's say Laratips or whatever you want over here. So now after writing the namespace over here, we have to write it like this: x-namespace name and ::, and then the name of the Blade file or the component like this. And now if I come here and refresh the page, then I can access it like this. And if you look here in the documentation, it is exactly written over here like this. And previously there was this method anonymous component namespace, but now this method has been removed from the documentation, which means that Laravel team wants us to use this new method instead of this old one. And this method has been contributed by Taylor Otwell himself. Now let us move to the second thing, which is this decimal validation rule. Let me go here in the Tinkerbell app. So here I have this validation. This is the data that is coming from the request, let's say, and this is the validation rule. So here currently I have this 1.00. Now I am validating it over here like this, and I'm saying that it should be a decimal number and there must be exactly 2 digits after the decimal. So currently I have that. Now if I just run it, then it is passing. You can see here true. But let's say if I passed only 1 digit after the decimal place and run it, then you can see here false. And similarly if I pass 3 digits, then also it will be false. It needs to be exactly 2 digits after the decimal places. So if I run it again, it is true. Similarly, we can pass a range of decimals. So let's say 1, 2, which means that I can pass either 1 digits after the decimal or 2 digits. So between 1 and 2. If I pass here 3, then I can pass 1, 2 and 3 decimal places. So if I write 101, it will give us true. 10, it will also be true. And for 1 also, it will be true. But let's say 1001 like this, 4 digits after the decimal, then it should return false. So you can see here it is false. Similarly, if we only pass 1 over here, then it will also be false. But we can also pass 0 over here and then it will be true now. You can see here. And this feature has been contributed by Raj Puspa. And now let us move to the third and the final tip, which is this whereUlid support for the routes. As you all know that ULID has been added recently in the Laravel, and every features that UUID has, those features are being applied to the ULID as well. So previously we had whereUUID, now we have whereUlid as well. So let me show you that over here in the web.php. So let me go over here and create a route. So you can see here route get, and let's say ulead / params, and we'll pass a closure over there and then return param only, and we'll say where ulead and pass the params, which is this one. So you can see here if we pass the ulead over here, then it should return whatever we have returned from here, which is actually a ulead. But if the ulead is not present over here, then it should return 404. So for that, let us create a ulead string. So let's say str ulead like this, and this is the ulead string, and the URL is this. So now if I just go over here and let's say ulead and let's say 1234 any random data, then it should return 404, you can see here. But if I pass here the ulead that I have copied and hit enter, then you can see here it is returning exactly the ulead string, which means that it will only allow uleads to be passed on this params.